Hey. Okay, so I just beat Pikmin 4 on Thursday. Obviously, this video is gonna have spoilers, so don't watch if you haven't played or beat the game yet. I'm just gonna be going over my thoughts about this game and just how incredible it is, because I have not had this much fun with a game. I've not had this much fun playing a game since what? Fucking Pokemon Moon, back when that came out. Back in, when did that drop? 2017, I think. This game dropped back in 2016, bro. I've had this much fun with the game since 2016. Holy shit, not even Xenoblade 3. I didn't have this much fun with Xenoblade 3. Alright, there's just something about Pikmin. There's just something about Pikmin that is just, it's just so great. And I actually think my guy Hef described it perfectly well.
For some Pikmin. And I think that Pikmin 4 is going to be something special. Because at the core of what Nintendo is and what Nintendo values lies everything that the Pikmin franchise represents. This is their baby. They cook these games for decades. Decades! For reasons. Because when it finally drops and they have it on simmer and they're like, guys, it's time. You already know. Everybody and their mother's lining up. And they're going to be chowing down on some excellent Pikmin.
Like this, just Pikmin in general is just so magical. I don't know, does that sound head ass? It probably does, but I don't really care. But I don't know, there's something about Pikmin just in general is just so good. And this game specifically, it's been what, 10 years since Pikmin 3 came out. So we get a new game like every fucking decade, all right? Pikmin is like Metroid at this point. We get a new game every fucking decade. And it just comes out to be so polished and so good because it's been so much time in development that they have time to iron out the kinks and all this other stuff. Make sure everything's, you know, top notch and perfect how they want it to be. It's just so great. I have not had this much fun with a game since Pokemon Moon for the first time. But this game was just incredible. It's like the more I played it, the more insane it got. Like just when I thought I'd seen everything, it threw something new at me. It's like, what? Look, so when I first beat the game, you know, I thought the game was incredible. All the areas, I love all the areas. The music is beautiful. I'm so glad the caves are back. That was my favorite part about Pikmin 2. Like my favorite part of the whole series are the caves. So the caves are back and they're so much better than they are in 2. I'm not saying the caves in 2 are bad. It's just that the caves in 2 were great, but this game expanded on it so much more. And they're just so great. I love a lot of the caves, and this game in general is just like a massive callback or a massive love letter to Pikmin 2 fans. There's so many different Pikmin 2 references and little Easter eggs and just callbacks and whatever. And it's just so great. It's just so great. This game is incredible. And I beat the game for the first time when we rescued Olimar. And you know, I thought this game was alright. It was cool. It was dope. I fucking loved this game. Little did I know there's a lot of post-game content to do. 2 whole new post-game areas, and then a whole new like playthrough of the game that I'm playing right now called Olimar's Shipwrecked Tale. So after you rescue Olimar, he'll be in the command post and you get to play through like his shipwreck tale of him crash landing on a planet. He's got to find all of his ship parts again. And it's just like a whole nother playthrough of the game in a different way. The areas are different, so they're not exactly the same as they are in the main game. There's like different hazards, things are set up differently. It's like everything is different, and it's so fucking cool. It's like a whole new second playthrough in the game. It's like 2 games in one. And then after this, there's more stuff. I haven't gotten there yet, so I don't know what it is, but it's just the 2 post-game areas are incredible. And Louis makes a return, which was dope. I love Louis. He's Goatee Captain. But the final boss fight, like holy shit, that was badass. I was not expecting that. All right, the whole boss fight with Louis and the Ancient Shirehound is what it's called. That surprised me. And then the music too. The music was so like, it was like some final boss music, but you wouldn't expect to hear that type of music in a Pikmin game. It was really weird. It felt weird to hear it in a Pikmin game, but it somehow fit. That final boss fight was hella dope. All right, it was so cool. Just overall, the game itself, the caves were great. The Pikmin were great. The puzzles in the caves were great. The puzzles above ground were great. All of the treasures were cool. It's just, there's so many good things about this game. So many quality of life improvements. Like I said, this game was in development for a whole ass fucking decade, so they had plenty of time to iron out the kinks, for lack of a better term, and just make sure everything was how they wanted it to be, and just the highest possible standard. They held this game to the highest possible standard. Although Pikmin doesn't really get that many games, it's clear that Nintendo cares a lot about this series and handle it with care. Pikmin 3 was a huge step up from Pikmin 2 in terms of quality and everything it had, and then Pikmin 4 is just even better. I can't get over how great this game is. It's so the whole game is just incredible. My favorite area, either Serene Shores or Blossoming Arcadia. I like the Serene Shores. It's really big and it's really fucking pretty too. Just the Serene Shores, it's fucking gorgeous. All like the water is so clear in this game. The water is so clear, and then when you go underwater, everything, like the sounds and the music and everything changes, so it sounds like you're actually underwater. The immersion in this game is impressive. It's insane. Okay, and then the water wraith is back, which I loved. The smoky prog is back, which was also great. Just so many surprises in the game. Just the more I played it, the more blown away I got. Just when I thought I had figured everything out and seen everything the game has to offer, it just kept getting better. It was like, there's no way. It just kept getting better. And I'm like, I'm not even fully 100% done with the game yet. I got all the treasures, rescued all the castaways, but I still have some what's it called? I still have some leaflings I need to cure. Oh, here's Nova Blaster. I still have some leaflings I need to cure. I haven't like gotten, what was it, Diamond on all Dandori challenges yet, but there's just so much in the fucking game to do. Like, this game has a lot of content, and even after the quote-unquote ending, because when you save Olimar is the ending, but the real ending is after like the post-game stuff, the credits after the post-game. That's when the game really ends, and it's also incredible. Like, I already knew I was going to like Pikmin 4, but I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. It's already like top 10, one of my favorite Switch games. Pikmin 4 is just, it's incredible. All right. Cause I was very hyped for this game. I played through the demo like 3 times. I watched all the reviews the day the reviews dropped and everything. I was on top of this game, and it did not disappoint. This game blew me away. I expected it to be great, and it was fucking amazing. So, but yeah, this is the most fun I've had with the game in a long time, and I just keep finding myself wanting to come back and play it over and over again. It's like I can't put this game down. I don't want to stop playing it. I might fuck around and just do a whole brand new playthrough right after finishing this one. I don't really have much burnout. I still want to play the game. Ever since it dropped, I've just been playing it non-stop. The longest I've gone without playing it since it dropped was like 2 days, and that's because I was in my little Metroid phase. But I went straight back to Pikmin 4. I can't express how good this game is. So for those of y'all who have been like wanting to play it and have been thinking about playing it and trying it out, definitely do. If you haven't played the demo yet, go play the demo. This game is great. The demo already gives off a great first impression, and then the game itself just expands upon that way more. So there's way more in the main game than there is in the demo. So if you like the demo, you're gonna love the main game. It's fantastic. All right. It's still so cool. There's so many quality of life changes that are just amazing. When you go to enter a cave, it gives you a menu before you enter a cave of which Pikmin you want to bring, and it even suggests which Pikmin you should bring, so you don't even have to choose yourself. It just asks you, or it shows you the suggested Pikmin for entering a cave, and then just everything is so seamless and smooth. It flows well together. The night expeditions are great. The first time in the Pikmin series we're able to explore at night, and those are a lot of fun. Can be very hectic sometimes, especially when you have to guard 2 luminals, and just the game as a whole is just great. There's so many quality of life improvements. I'm trying to think of them all, but there's so many it's hard to remember all of them. Like I said, the cave, the suggested Pikmin. When you're on the cave, like when you're in the cave, on the map it shows you how many treasures you collected. So it shows you throughout the whole cave your percentage for the treasures and the specific sub-level, so you know if you got all the treasures or not. And then when you go back to a cave after you complete it, you can choose which sub-level you want to go to, which is very clutch and helpful. It makes grinding so much easier. I grinded 100 purples like very quickly because Engulfed Castle, which is just basically just like huge remix of the Submerged Castle from Pikmin 2 with the Water Wraith, with the same like cave music and everything. On the final floor there's candy pop buds for purples, and I just went back and forth, constantly grinding out those candy pop buds, and got 100 purples pretty damn quickly. So just the game in general is just so good. The ice Pikmin are broken, as you'd probably expect. The rock or the purples are still broken, as it like they were in Pikmin 2. Not as broken. They don't stun enemies anymore, but they still do a shit ton of damage. They deal the most damage out of any Pikmin in the game. So if you need to kill something, just use purples. And don't even get me started on the final cave of the game. Finally got rush boots and the signal. Don't even get me started on the final cave of the game in the Primordial Thicket, the last area. That was incredible, bro. It was basically just a big ass gauntlet of bosses. There's 24 floors. Each floor had a boss, and each boss had a treasure in it, and you couldn't move on and go further, like deeper into the cave, into the next sublevel, until you beat the boss on that sublevel. So it's just one giant fucking it's just one giant gauntlet of bosses. It's so fucking cool. And it's called Cavern for a King, which is, oh, that name is perfect. Because, you know, Louis is down there and he's basically the final boss fight with the ancient Shirehound. So Cavern for a King, I mean, Louis is a king. He's my guy. So the last cave was just so dope. That's the perfect way to end it off. And just the lead up to the final cave was just perfect and everything. Just this whole game in general was just amazing. I loved everything about this game from start to finish. From when I first touched the demo to now, I'm obviously still playing it, and it's been out for over what, a week, almost 2 weeks now, and I'm still having a lot of fun with this game. So yeah, this game is just incredible. What else? Ochi is kind of broken in this game. Och is very good. At first I didn't really know how to feel about Och, because like I love dogs and everything, but a dog in a Pikmin game just doesn't really fit, and I kind of just want to use my Pikmin. But he's actually not that bad. He grew on me a lot. I like Och a lot, and he's very, very helpful. He makes everything so much easier. The quality of life and everything. There's just so many quality of life improvements to this game. It's going to take forever to list all of them. There's just so damn many. It's great. I love it. This whole game is just incredible. Definitely, this is probably my favorite game to come out this year. Even more than Future Redeemed. I'm having more fun with this than I did with Future Redeemed. And that's kind of saying something. So, is that a bad thing? That I'm enjoying Pikmin more than I am Xenoblade? I don't know. But yeah, I had a fucking blast with this game. It was incredible. I just don't even want to, I just don't want to stop talking about it. I just want to keep on talking about it, but there's so much I don't know what to talk about. But yeah, everything has been streamlined. It's so much easier. It's perfect. Surprised it didn't die there. But yeah, this game is incredible. If you've been like on the fence about it, it's definitely worth the money and time. There's just so much content in this game. It took me, what, 47 days, like in-game days, to actually beat the game. No Pikmin game has ever taken me that long. I don't think it's ever taken anyone that long. Not even Pikmin 2 took that long. So yeah, this game is absolutely incredible. It is definitely worth it if you're considering getting it. Oh, my Pikmin are dead. They're not dead? Did they not die? I need moss. Anyway, yeah, if you're thinking about getting this game, I definitely recommend it. It is so much better than anything in the series. I don't know if it will overtake Pikmin 2 as my favorite Pikmin game. Pikmin 4 is definitely up there. I think I enjoy Pikmin 2 more just purely because of nostalgia, and it was my childhood game, so I have a lot of fond memories with that game. But holy shit, did Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 4 exceed my expectations. Like, I already knew this game was gonna be incredible, but I didn't know it'd be this great. Oh, please don't you fuck your... But yeah, this game was absolutely amazing. A couple things I don't like about it though are the auto lock-on. That does get kind of annoying sometimes when I'm trying to throw my Pikmin at one thing and then it'll auto lock on to something else. It's not that huge of a deal, and it never really like caused really too many issues. It's just a minor nuisance, if anything. And then there's a fucking arachno. Bro, why is there just a baldy long legs over there? Okay, we got bosses in the overworld. what was I saying? Oh yeah, the auto lock on. Another thing is, I can actually show it off right here. Say if you're like throwing Pikmin at something, right? And like you'll just keep mashing A, and then once it reaches the minimum amount required to carry, it'll like buffer. It'll stop you from throwing any more for like a second or two, and then it'll let you keep on throwing. So, I mean, it's very nice to not have to count, so you can just throw your Pikmin without having to count them. But sometimes I just want to have the max amount to carry it, you know, and I have to manually do it. So that is a bit annoying, but it's not too much of an issue. You see, like if you rush it, only the minimum amount. And sometimes if you throw other Pikmin on to help, sometimes they'll like lag behind and get stuck. So it's not too responsive in the sense that Pikmin will get stuck trying to latch on, and they'll just go idle because they just can't latch on. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints about the game, other than those two, is the minimum amount required to carry and the auto lock on. That's really the only two issues I had with the game. Out of everything, only really had two issues. That kind of just shows how great this game is. I don't want them going all the way over there, actually. Let me put it over here. But yeah, that just kind of goes to show how great the game is. And y'all are seeing it like on screen right now. Y'all can see how beautiful this game is. It's just, there's so many different little quality of life changes that just make it so much better. And as of the whole like story of the game, you know, Olimar crash landed on the planet, and then us as the rescue corps, we have to come and save him, which is cool and all. And I feel like the game in the story kind of shifted the focus from the Pikmin themselves more to like the rescue missions and everything, rescuing all the castaways and everything, and didn't really focus on the Pikmin as much as the other games did. But I mean, that's kind of understandable, since you can only really do crash landed on the planet, found these mysterious life forms so many times. But even still, the Pikmin are still very important. The game seems fairly balanced for all the Pikmin types. You're really going to be using all of them in any situation, except for maybe whites. They don't really have, I'd say whites are like really the only ones who don't really have too much importance, because later in the game, Och becomes immune to poison, so he can just take care of any poison enemies or poison geysers. So there's really no reason to use whites unless you're just trying to carry something back to the Onion or the SS Beagle fast. Unless you just want fast Pikmin, there's really no reason to use whites. But every other Pikmin has a use, and it's really great. All right, it's really great. The purples always going to be my favorite. I love my chunky boys. They're still the most broken. They do hella damage. They're just and some bosses, they are just enemies in general, they help with a lot because they're so heavy, because normally you'll need like a weight requirement to take down an enemy and topple it, but you can just throw a couple purples and it'll take care of it, since they weigh 10 times that of a regular Pikmin. Just, it's great. The areas are all great. The treasures are all placed out pretty well, and I love another new quality of life feature is that you can move your bases around areas. Since areas are so fucking big, there's different landing spots for your base. Even in caves you can move your base, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting that until I saw that in the demo. But even the caves themselves have some beautiful ass scenery. In Pikmin 2, the caves were just like, you know, they're the caves in just like a black void. But like there's actual like background and stuff to the caves in this game, and it's really impressive. it all just looks so beautiful. Everything about this game is just so beautiful. The game looks great, it runs great, it feels great to control and play, and it's just so smooth and responsive. I've never really had any issues with the game. There's never really been like a glitch or controls not responding or anything. And then just all the shortcut options and just there's so much good shit to the game. I just want to keep on talking about it, but you know, eventually I'm gonna get bored. It's already been 24 minutes and I'm still going on about how great this game is 2 weeks out from launch, or 2 weeks after launch. It just goes to show how I just had so much fun with this game, and it's like the fun just hasn't ever left. Like, I'm still enjoying the game as much as I did when it first dropped. I'm still having that much fun because with each new area there's more shit to do and more shit to explore, and like I said earlier, every time I think I've done everything, something else just pops up and blows me away. It's like there's no shot. There are definitely a lot of surprises. I'm so glad this game didn't get spoiled for me because it really is that amazing. Like, you definitely want to experience some of this stuff for yourself. But yeah, I don't want to go on too long about a ton of shit y'all don't care. But I would just want to keep on talking about the game. But for yours and my sake, since I kind of have to go to bed since I have to get up hella early for work. Yeah, this game was incredible, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to pick it up. And it is an incredible entry point to the series. This is probably the best game in the series to start with, since it is so new player friendly. There is a lot of dialogue and a lot of tutorials, but they never really got annoying or in the way. So if you're someone who's never played a Pikmin game and who has been like wanting to get into the series, this is an incredible entry point into the game. It's by far the longest game in the series. Pikmin 2 was the longest because of how many caves it had, because you know the caves took a while because each sub-level was pretty decently sized, and then there was a lot of sub-levels within each cave, and then each area had a lot of caves. So there's just a whole lot of caves to do in Pikmin 2, which I love. Like, I find myself always coming back to Pikmin 2 because the caves, just the nostalgia from that game. But this game is by far the longest. It has the most areas, the most treasures out of any game. The caves, there's not as many caves as Pikmin 2. I'd say, actually no, there's probably more, but a lot of them are not as long. A lot of them have just a couple sub-levels, but the sub-levels are big enough and dense enough with content that it takes around the same time, if not longer. So there's actually a lot more to do on sub-levels in a lot of these caves. Sometimes they feel like mini areas in and of themselves, and it's just great. It's just great. I could go on and on and on about this game, but I'm gonna stop talking for now. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and just say how much fun I've been having with this game, and I'm so glad it's out, and I can't wait to see. There was like a little teaser, I guess, a little teaser or like hint at Pikmin 5 in the credits, because Olimar was like, until my next adventure ... So obviously there's gonna be a Pikmin 5, so I can't wait to see that within the next decade. All right, I can't wait to see that in 2033. So I'll be waiting for Pikmin 5. But yeah, this game was incredible. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm going to be putting a lot of time into this game, and I'm going to be replaying it a lot. I might even make some content on this game, maybe some challenge runs or whatever else. But this game was incredible. I've always loved Pikmin, but this game especially was like, goddamn, it's the most fun I've had since playing Pokemon Moon for the very first time way back in 2016. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, see you next mission and play some goddamn Xenoblade.